Hey everyone, I'm Justin Neidinger, and I'm going to be your dungeon master tonight for this hard R-rated campaign in my homebrew world of Pernault. Before we go any further, I'm going to do as I always do and introduce my PCs in alphabetical order. Casey?
Hey everybody, my name is Casey Boyd. I'm playing Byron Bancroft, your silver-tongued bard who is now a poison expert.
Hello everyone, my name is CJ. I am going to be playing as everyone's favorite flammable Alfolk, Soar.
Hello, I'm Emily, and I am playing Clem, your local blacksmith warlock. Also, shout out to my dad, who was his birthday on Sunday. Happy birthday, Dad!
Hey!
Happy birthday,
He won't ever
Dad!
say
Happy
anything in the
birthday,
chat,
Dad.
so maybe he will now.
Hi friends, this is Lisa and I'll be playing Nyx, the Reborn Cleric.
Hi guys, I'm Rob. I'm playing Casper, the angry paladin, orc paladin, who recently got a lot stronger. And that's about it.
Awesome. As always, we're playing D&D 5e with a few homebrew rules added into the mix. We're using D&D Beyond, so if you scroll over the left-hand side of your screen, you should be able to see the HP and other cool stuff about our PCs. Lastly, the sweet game that's being played underneath all of us is Tailspire. It is super awesome. We're not sponsored by them, but we love them and think everyone should go buy all their stuff, especially if you can't play sitting across the table from one another. Is there any other questions before we go into a recap right now? All right. So, last time on DM Saving Throw, Clem had a flashback, and it gave her a look back to when she met Zergaz, her patron. It also showed her mother super dead. The gang then heads off towards Hopden Creek, a little slice of both Clem and Nyx's pasts. On the way, they're attacked by some raiding minotaurs, and the group kicked their ass, and by their, I mean mine. I did really terribly last week. After valiantly destroying the minotaurs, the group is finally able to make it to Hopden Creek, and as they arrive there, they're met with the smell of burning flesh and loud, angry voices. Last week, we gave inspiration to Queer Apollo. If Queer Apollo's here, they can use that inspiration to give me advantage, disadvantage, or the group advantage anytime they roll their die. Keep being awesome, chat. And let's see, we're going back to the top of the order. Casey, you're going to be picking someone for inspiration at the end of the stream.
Woot woot.
Lastly, before we kick things off, please join our Discord. I think there's a link underneath the video. Did we get that in there now?
It's been in there, but for some people it doesn't show up weirdly. I think it depends on the internet size. So
Okay. Let us know if you can't find it, and we'll throw the link into chat for everyone. Also, we now are able to do subs on here, so if you'd like to throw us a lovely Amazon Prime sub, that's awesome. If not, that's cool too. Lastly, we do have a podcast that drops every Monday and a YouTube that's out there as well. Anybody have anything else before I kick things off? Okay. So, Nyx, your foot squishes. Yes, your foot squishes on the muddy bank of the creek and you're swept away into a flashback. I promise, guys, it's not going to be flashbacks all the time. This will be the last one for a while, hopefully. The camera cuts to see a blue foot splashing in a puddle in quick succession, followed up by 3 other footsteps. The camera stays onto one spot in the background. You hear yourself struggling. It's a set of muffled grunts before you hear yourself scream. You wake up and your vision is gone. Can I get a perception check?
Absolutely, you can. 21.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah,
Yeah.
that works. You are 100% in a barn. You smell all the barny goodness, and it appears that there's some sort of burlap sack on your head. You can feel that your hands are restrained, your feet are restrained. Your best guess is that you are tied to a chair or a bench. You can hear multiple people speaking in the background. you hear the sound of papers being turned, and it almost sounds like someone's impressed when you hear that. And then you hear, "We should kill her," followed by, "I believe Sarah Ray can save her yet. Look at these notes. I know, I can fix this." Someone else is just like,
get out of this.
someone
Go
else
ahead,
is just
put him
like,
away.
we should just beat her for a while. And back to the another voice and says, "Oh, look, it appears our blue friend is awake. Firewalker, do you mind settling her down while we sort this out?" And you just see a blinding white light followed by pain, and you are unconscious again. There's the sounds of rustling feet on hay, followed by the moving of something made of wood. The sack is removed from your head, and the world comes back into focus. Before you sits a single man in a very worn chair. He has about shoulder-length black hair. He's got a very Antonio Banderas beard and mustache thing going on. He is wearing Actually, give me a religion check.
Okay. 12.
Okay. You can see that the armor that he is wearing, it is adorned with the symbol of Saren Ray.
Okay.
So he is directly in front of you, and then sitting over in the corner are three other people. One of them is the largest woman that you've ever seen in your life, and she's got very red hair and tribal tattoos. There is a thinner, smaller man. You would almost say he's wispy. He's wearing leather armor. He looks like a traditional rogue in the sense of you wouldn't trust this guy, with anything valuable that you had. And then standing next to him is a medium-build man wearing what you can only guess are wizard's robes. The man in the Saren Ray, the man in the Saren Ray armor, he looks at you and he says, "You know that we've already destroyed your lab. We've already undone all of your work. It's amazing to me how hard you were to find, but in the end, you'll face Saren Ray's light. That could be," he says, brandishing a very ornate sword with the symbol of Saren Ray adorning the sword guard. He said, "With this, or," he looks at you thoughtfully, "through the ever bountiful forgiveness of Saren Ray. The choice is yours." As he says that, the other three erupt in the background, yelling about how they should just kill you, and you've caused enough damage as it is. And he reaches into his belt and throws a large bag of gold over his shoulders and says, "You'll shut your mouth. She's mine to handle now." And he looks at you and says, "Why should I bring you into Saren Ray's light?"
Well, I suppose I could teach you all what I've learned. You saw my notes. Is it all destroyed?
I'm afraid that we may have been, and he looks directly at Firewalker. He said, "She may have been a little overzealous when we took down your lab."
So it's all gone then? Every bit of it? She kind of looks between all of them and the reality of the situation is kind of settling in. Can I try to escape? Can she
Sure.
wiggle her way out of her binds?
Sure.
Okay.
I would like you to roll a deception check, followed by either acrobatics or athletics, and I'm gonna roll something too.
I got a 14 on deception.
Okay.
And an 8 on acrobatics.
Okay. He rolled it's a 19 on his insight. As you go to wiggle your way out, it's almost as if he's not really listening to what you have to say. And as you go to wiggle, he just puts his foot under the chair and tips you over, and he goes, "It's settled. I can fix you." And you are brought back to reality with the loudest sneeze that you've ever heard. And as your eyes come back into focus, you are covered in feathers. And Sor is standing next to you, and he no longer has his beard.
Sorry. Ugh. Thing was a little
Sor-
itchy.
It's
Bless you.
fine. It's fine.
Thank you.
That's painful.
Wiping the feathers off of herself and letting the memory slowly fade away from her. So, okay. So how close are we to Hopden from where we picked up?
You
last
guys are
time?
pretty close. The board doesn't accurately represent it. You guys are probably like a tenth of a mile from where the commotion is happening.
Yeah,
You guys have. Sorry, go ahead. Nope. Okay. You guys cross over a bridge and onto the other side of this little creek, and before you is a decently well manicured trail that is leading you towards what you would guess is Hopden Creek. As you guys are getting closer, you can smell burning flesh, and you just hear people angrily yelling in the distance.
Oh.
We should probably keep our wits about us just in case we face more things that wish to harm us.
I would like to stealth. Starting
Perhaps.
now.
Okay,
One
give
of
me some
these-
stealth rolls if you're gonna stealth.
What are they screaming?
Huh?
What are they screaming?
It's just things.
they're
give me-
cheering. They're like, "Yay, Dad!"
give me a perception check.
That's a 5.
Okay, you're not quite sure because it seems that a lot of them are talking at the same time. You wouldn't guess it's any more than 10 people, but they seem to be pretty fired up about something.
Crap,
And
Alright.
what kind of stealth was it?
13 for me.
Almost like the sneaky kind?
So,
13 for Byron as well, and 16 for Sor.
Okay. The three of you are Scooby-Dooing your way over there. You kind of bent down, crouching your way over towards where the commotion is.
Hug the
As
tree
you
line.
guys get towards the end of the tree line, you can just hear them, the people over there, just screaming about the fact that, burn in hell, you undead monsters, and things like that. As you come around the clearing, you see a handful of people, and they are beat up. Nobody looks like they are a proper adventurer. However, there are 3 zombies that they have pinned to the ground with makeshift spears, and they have lit them on fire.
Don't show Nyx.
She's way behind.
So they look
She's been dragging her feet.
like farmers?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they look like common folk. There is one guy who is wearing a really, really beat up suit, and he's standing there. It's like a purple pinstripe suit, and he seems to be directing everything. But everybody looks like they are farmers, and they've just taken like the top of barrels and put a handle on it, so it's like a shield, or it's a blacksmith, and he's got his hammer for his anvil. Nobody looks really well armed, and they are just yelling at these undead creatures that are now burning alive.
Byron will store his weapon and just kind of stand up and make sure his hands are kind of like, not out, but just kind of, like just kind of open and unarmed. And as he's walking, he'll kind of speak loud and just say, "Hail, hail, and well met."
As you say that, the guy who's in the suit turns around and he's clutching the shittiest sword you've ever seen in your life. And as you see him turn, you can see his hands are shaking, like he doesn't know. He just looks terrified, and he's like, "Who are you? Who are you, guys? There might be more."
Oh no, we're far from undead. In fact, we've been slaughtering undead in Donver's Hold. My name is Byron. We are a group of adventurers that are clearing out undead that may have escaped from the city. We were actually sent here purposely on a quest.
You were sent here?
We heard words of a kobold riding a large undead scorpion, one of which we have actually seen in person. We thought we would come and vanquish it if it was giving you, the town's folk, trouble. We thought we would help you.
He at this, you describing the undead scorpion, he spits on the ground, and he takes a pipe, a well-worn pipe, out of his pocket, and he looks like he's going to put it in his mouth, and he points at you and he says, "We wouldn't turn away help, but I just..." And at that, who all is in the clearing right now?
I'm with Byron, so
Okay.
I'd be there.
As am I, a little behind.
Okay.
Oh god,
So-
please don't make us roll
This is-
initiative.
Bringing up the rear.
All right. So
Casper, where you
Nyx,
at?
I'm not sneaky, so if you guys were sneaking ahead, Casper would have stayed behind.
okay.
Oh, we didn't.
So-
I don't know that we snuck ahead necessarily. We just kind of hugged the tree line as we moved up. But...
Okay, well, you guys rolled stealth checks,
Mhm.
and Casper has disadvantage and -1 to stealth. So
Okay. So you're pretty far back there.
All right. So you guys are back there. So it's everybody but Nyx and Casper. As you guys get closer, he stops, puts his pipe back in his mouth, and looks over at Clem, and he says, "Are you a Hawthorne?"
No.
Give me a
Yes.
deception.
No, she would just like immediately just be like, "Yeah, who's asking?"
And he wipes his hands together and like kind of slicks back his what used to be of his hair. He's actually a balding gentleman. And he looks over at you and he goes, "Name's Willie Tunahilt, and you probably don't remember, but I'm the mayor here now."
Well,
I don't remember, right?
Maybe.
I don't think she remembers like
I
really
started-
much from.
I started talking and couldn't remember. Did you say that you were Clem?
Is this the DM asking me or this guy
Yes.
asking me?
This is Justin, who has a bad brain apparently.
I did not
asking
say
you.
that I was Clem. I
Then he-
technically just said no, who, and then who's asking, like
Oh,
not
then he
actively
doesn't.
trying to deceive, but
He doesn't say that who would remember him. He introduces himself as Willie Tunahilt. It's TOONAHILT, Lisa. So you don't have to send me a
Like,
message.
you about it later. Got it.
I mean, it looks
He-
like you guys have done a fantastic job here capturing all of these undead. I mean, phenomenal. Like, kudos to all of you guys. And Byron would like start like clapping for them.
He perks up a little bit and he says, "Not too bad for a handful of farmers, huh?"
Oh no, it's fantastic. I love the fact that you guys have managed to corral them up, and it's an ingenious idea of staking them down to dispose of them. Very creative.
Can I look at the zombies and see if they're actually like not intelligent, but if they're not like
They're townsfolk.
I mean, yeah, just to look at like, because haven't the ones we've encountered been like very aggressive and had some sort of intelligence to them? These ones just like dumbfounded, like the farther they are, the dumber they are. from the
So you can get in there and give me.
yeah, I'll jump in the fire.
Yeah, no. You see Clem's dad. You get in there and give me either a straight intelligence roll or, I guess, investigation. Give me an investigation roll.
Nice, 15.
15. So yeah, you could see that these guys are still struggling. When you look at them, though, it looks like there is something going on behind their eyeballs. Like it's not the just blank stare of something that's just walking and looking for brains.
It seems. Go ahead.
Is it the Veras blood look? Like
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
So they might have just been.
Just been turned?
Yeah.
Oh,
I still have questions for this guy.
Okay. Yeah. So we cut back to Clem and Willie.
What do you know about the Hawthorns?
He brushed his hands on his pants and he says, "Sad story that. They lost everything that night. The night of Death's Courtesan. The zombies, it was about 17 years ago. They came in on a rainy night, and they came down from the hills, and they ripped our village apart. And it was then that we lost. I can't remember your mom's name right off the top of my head. We lost the mother, and the daughter. We don't know what happened to her. What was her name? Her name was Clem. And it was shortly after that Boris went after Death's Courtesan, or as we call her, Death's Maiden. But the fancy folk in Donver's Hold, they call her Death's Courtesan.
Stick with courtesan.
I see.
So essentially, your mom died, you never came back, and your dad went after the crazy spooky monster.
So she was a girl at this time?
Yeah, she was just a
Yep,
little
she was
lady.
7.
Oh my god.
Seven,
How
yep.
how did you survive?
Zergax.
Yeah, how did I survive? Wow.
Zergax showed up and was just like, yeah, I'll make a deal with a 7-year-old. Why not? I don't know if you were canonically 7. I'm not making that part of the backstory for you. But
No,
yeah,
I
she
was, I was
a
7.
little
I
girl.
was 7.
Okay, yeah, she
Um,
was little. It's courtesan. Fuck.
So this Boris, he went after Death's Courtesan, but he didn't die.
It's the saddest damn thing I've ever seen. He was gone for a couple of years, and he came back broken. He was a shell of a man. That was until he found the order. He found the order, and that seemed to almost, I would guess, save his life.
What order?
The Order of the Reborn Knight. They've been helping us. They showed us how to corral these zombies, and they're helping us take care of ourselves.
Huh.
Oh, okay.
Is he
Where
around?
where are
Is he
they
there?
by chance?
Where I thought I heard a ghost speaking.
Ooh, where is the order? Where the fuck is
Yeah.
Boris?
So he
Is
looks
here?
at you, Byron, and he says, they're setting up down by the Pushwick mines. They're trying to push all the zombies out of the area.
I'm sure we should probably. Would by any chance the undead scorpion with the kobold riding it have headed that direction as well?
He spits again, and he's like, "Oh God, that's definitely where they are." He is. It is.
Okay.
Well, how do you gender a scorpion? He says, looking at you.
Carefully.
I mean, I know how,
You're a big fella.
I know how to remove its gender. I don't know how to. Okay.
All right, Nyx is gonna sneak up and join the rest of the group. It sounds like Casper, you're also creeping up.
Sure, why not? Combat hasn't broken out. So
You, Nyx,
Considering that
you
there's
get
no other
close,
voices.
and everyone draws their weapons.
Nope, I regret it. Nope, going back and she does a full 180. She just turns around and just goes nope, and then just
Undead.
continues to walk straight back.
I mean,
By-
why? We can
Byron will step in between them and say, "Are you not familiar with the moon elves?"
Let me see.
Full 180 again. Yes, that's what I am. A moon
That's
elf.
a 6. So no. What are the moon elves?
They appear lighter and they have sallow skin, but they're not undead walking among you. They're a very intelligent, very resourceful race. This one individual is helping us hunt down the entire pack of undead and extinguish them from the land, and she can even use her magics to control the undead and move them away from the army.
But just barely, just the slightest amount. I'm
Wait.
far more of a healer and here and representative of the Church of Sarenrae than I am any of those things.
It sounds like you're a necromancer.
No, that's not what I said. No,
I'm sorry.
I'm a cleric and a healer.
I don't want to judge you fine farm folk. You guys are quite amazing, but if you're unaware, most clerics have spells that borderline in the necromancy arts. I mean, I have seen a priest of the Dawnfather himself resurrect somebody using spells of revivication, and that's necromancy.
I'm gonna need a persuasion roll.
I'm gonna assist.
Yeah. What are you doing to assist? I mean, you don't really need anything, but how are you helping?
Casper looks real big and paladin, in fact. And
Looks
also-
extra paladin.
Yeah.
And
Extra
he
paladin-y.
says, it's true. A lot of healing magic stems from the same energy that the undead are risen from. It's a difficult subject.
23 or 25, your pick.
Well, it doesn't matter because you see him. You see this guy in the corner. His name's Yanni the Pianist. He looks like he's trying to be all angry and tough. And Willie holds his hands. He's like, Yanni, just if you could hold on a second. I don't know why I'm taking on Casper's voice there. He says, "Oh, okay." And you don't know whether you persuaded him or these guys are just so fucking scared all the time. But either way, you've convinced him not to try to kill Nyx.
May I just say, and this is as Emily, not as Clem, that I just pressed tab to see all the character names on the board, and
Yes,
they are quite excellent.
yes, I've started giving all the people names.
We're just gonna.
And especially
we're gonna
like
talk about Yanni the pianist.
Gilly Margugu.
Yes. Yep.
All right.
They've got
Can't
names.
skip ahead. We gotta talk to these people and make friends with them or not.
It was just too funny to pass up.
Telemundo.
Nyx is
Oh, that's
scanning-
that's Casey right there.
Nyx is scanning their faces just to see if anybody recognizes her or if it's all just the fact that she's reborn that's got them so worked up.
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
Good call,
14.
Lisa.
14?
Just trying to see if anybody is.
Sure. You are looking at this, and you're noticing that everybody here is relatively young. You would imagine that while they all weren't 7 years old, these probably weren't, if at the max, like young teenagers.
Okie dokie.
So there's a chance that they wouldn't, they might not have remembered anything because of how young they are.
Okay.
So Clem hasn't said that she is actually from this town to any of them yet, and she really remembers very little from back during that time. But is there anyone that's even like vaguely familiar to her?
Patrick Hazelton.
Okay, that's cool.
He's the guy in between Yanni and Mayor Willie Tunahill.
Can I ask you how she knows him?
You would know that he was a boy that lived 2 houses down from you, and it's this guy that's wiggling right now.
Oh my God, was
He's
that?
kind of cute. This
Was that your
boy who
childhood
lived
crush?
2 houses down. I was 7, okay?
What?
Yeah, was he her childhood crush? Was he like a nice boy or a not nice boy?
It sounds like he's her adulthood crush.
You look over and realize he's actually a tentacle person, and I don't know if that does it for you, but
Perfect. I meant
Hell yeah.
tag team coach.
he is he's a normal looking dude. He looks like he spent his entire life working the fields.
This might be a weird question. Does anything seem like sketchy? You know how, so they're watching these zombies burn. Does he seem like particularly gleeful about it, or just having like your average person's reaction? Like, is there anything suspicious
Is he
before?
like getting off on monster hunting?
Well,
or...
yeah.
Well, everybody here is just excited that they were able to vanquish these zombies, and you would guess that because of the fact that they're being taught how to now fight back, they're probably pretty proud of themselves.
Okay, but he's not having like an abnormal reaction compared to the rest of the group, basically.
No.
Okay.
Can we safely say that there's no other living zombies that are around?
Yeah, you can say
Okay,
that there's
cool.
no other living zombies around right now.
Okay, perfect.
Those burners.
I'm gonna ask them where they got the zombies. Like, where did they encounter them?
Oh, you're an owl and a person.
Yes.
Interesting. They came from the south. I would imagine they came from the mines.
Oh, so that's probably if we went left. I'm trying to think of what else I need to ask them, because I want to know, like, and help me out, team, if like, because they have the eye thing, so they just turned to zombies. So if we're looking for Gorbox, he's probably in the mines.
Yeah, they said he was.
Yeah.
Oh, duh. Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay, Ben. Yeah, we already know that Gorbox has moved on to the Pushwick Mines, which is also where Clem's dad maybe is. So I think that what we ought to do is just scope out this place, see if there's anything of interest, and then move on to the mines. And also, Nyx would like to encourage that character as well. Well, if Gorbox has already moved along, then I don't think that there's any reason for us to stay here, and we should probably just continue on to the mines. Right, gang?
Fair
I'm
enough.
just gonna walk over to Patrick.
Oh, hello, milady.
Oh. Justin, no.
Perfect.
Just
I couldn't ask for a better
why?
name.
I haven't seen such a lass as you
No.
in all my moons.
Never. She walks away without saying anything.
She
Oh,
loves him
God.
dumb.
Nick,
he-
seeing her walk away,
Woof.
would run up and just grab her arm and be like, "Perfect, so we're ready to go."
No.
Yes?
Are you Is your name Patrick by any chance?
Yes, it is.
I hate
How
this
would
voice.
you? How
I
would a
would
fine
just-
thing like you know me?
Oh no!
Wait, is this working? Can you give us a charisma check or something?
Yes, I would like to give you. Sorry, I was on another board.
Can I roll against the charisma check?
Sure. That's a
I
7.
love this.
What am I rolling? A
Insight,
saving
maybe?
throw? or something
Sure.
else?
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do a charisma saving throw.
That's a 20. No.
As he licks his pinky and pointer finger and pushes down his eyebrows, he's like, what are you doing later?
Yeah, this conversation is over. Goodbye.
As you turn away, he's like, "You're just like my mother." And
Not here.
Storms off.
That's not the thing to say. to
Die in a
that.
zombie
Wow.
apocalypse, Joe.
Try to get some intel and then it gets ruined by a pinky licker.
There's some other people around. You could try to press any of them for more info.
Yeah, but he was the one I recognized.
Rob's face was amazing because he wasn't here. He goes, "What the fuck?" Pinky liquor.
A pinky liquor.
Ugh,
Okay,
pinky
well,
licker.
I guess we're gonna head on. Good to meet you guys. We'll see if we can't take care of the rest of this and assist your guys' order in the area and help clear out the infestation you guys are experiencing.
And meanwhile is muttering under her breath, suddenly I don't miss this place that much anymore.
Does it seem like they're gonna let us just walk off without wanting to walk with us at all?
Oh no, they are ready for you guys to. They're all still very scared. Yeah, they're
Okay.
ready for you to go.
So when
Is
we
there-
get, go ahead.
Before we wander off, I just want to see if I recognize anything in the area. Just kind of being back here for the first time in so many
Sure,
years.
give me a perception check.
And when she's
Eight.
after she recognizes stuff, maybe we can see if someone can show us the mines at the very least.
Byron pulls out a map.
You know.
I was about to
You
do
got
the
a
same
map?
thing.
With an 8, you are remembering stuff, but nothing of any consequence. You're like, oh yeah, that's where my zombie ate that guy's throat out, and over there, oh, that's where that zombie ate that other guy's face.
Those are all
but-
very consequential things, my man.
It's not like that's where they keep the gold.
No. I mean, she's trying to block out memories of the last time she was here. So
Uh-huh.
looking around and seeing those spots of I think I just rode that home. I'm pretty sure that I killed some people in that spot. That's getting her to be more and
Sure.
more panicked and fear of being recognized.
With-
So mhm.
But with an 8, you're looking at the town and seeing that everything looks newer. You would imagine it's probably because you burnt down most of the town.
That helps though. It's with the idea of things having been rebuilt and not being recognizable gives her some hope and kind of calms her. I almost said racing heart. Pretty sure she doesn't have one of those. Calms her down a little bit.
It's
She's
a heart
still
you keep in
scared.
your bag that you stole
The
from that
heart
guy's
I
house.
would keep in my bag if I had one.
Looking at the map that Byron pulled out, is the location of Clem's old house here, on the way to the mines at all?
Yeah, it would be, you would remember about where it is. You could always ask the other townsfolk where your house was.
Is there
Do
anyone
I
her
need to
name's
roll for her to
Cinnamon?
remember
Yeah.
without asking the townsfolk?
Give me a history.
Patrick knows.
Oh,
Does
we're
the-
not asking Patrick.
He's over there and he's like, he's got his hand over his mouth. He's like sniffing his breath to see if he did something wrong.
We're not asking Patrick because that was a natural 20 for a 21.
I don't, is Byron into it? Maybe Byron likes a pinky liquor.
That's true.
No, Byron's out.
No one likes
So
a
yeah,
drink
you
liquor, Lisa.
as you're walking through the town to go towards the Pushwick mines, you are just hit with all of a sudden this nostalgia, and you walk up to a place. It is a mixture of old and new. You would imagine someone at some point took something that was mostly destroyed and built new onto it. Does that make sense?
Yes. Clem, does it look like someone's currently living here then, based on that, I would assume?
You would imagine someone is living there. The door is closed. It is, it's not much bigger than what you would call a shack. It is smaller than what you remembered, but you're not sure whether that's because you were 7 when you were there, or because it's actually smaller than it was.
Well, Clem, when we were back at her smithy, she like grabbed a trinket thing, which was this like little carved wooden dragon, and she's just gonna like put it at the corner at the base of the house and just kind of like leave it there, and
Okay.
then go back to the group.
Okay. So you guys, what are you guys gonna do? You heading down to the Pushwick mines?
I think so,
Concept.
but
What if the mines are full of fun things and we should get like a barrel and then we could be like the dwarves down there and just plan on getting rich from the mines, and then we don't need to impress any of the other townies or get their stupid badges because we could buy our own badges.
Byron has a disc that he can summon which carries 500 pounds, so we could just haul that instead of the
Okay.
barrel.
And a cod
You
piece
with
of
your
Hopden.
magic that's not related to necromancy. Wow.
Well, so when we get a little bit further away from the group and we're finally away, Byron wants to kind of start talking to the group ever so quietly and just say, okay, am I remembering this right? Hi, Boss House, the guy that got killed, he was Order the Reborn Knights, and he was helping turn these people into zombies with the use of the Varas blood. Am I correct with that?
That sounds right.
Hey Justin,
Okay.
you want to refresh our memory on if that's correct or not?
I mean, I could tell you what happened, but I could. So you guys found a house, and in it there was Varas blood and zombies.
Yeah. So they could have been doing research to understand the relation between it, but I'm more worried that I apologize, Clem. I'm not trying to say anything nefarious is going on with your father, but I'm worried that this group is evil. They might be on our side, so let's not immediately tear out their throats when we see them. Just something to think about.
Wait, do they know that Clem's from here?
Well,
You
not
don't-
if you said your
I
name.
thought-
You kind of whispered to yourself it's weird being back here, and I don't know that any of us wanted to roll like perception or try it over here.
The answer is, what do you think, Clem?
Well, I just feel like Nyx would have had a bigger reaction if she was outright aware that this was where Clem was from.
Oh, Nyx
Am I-
certainly does not know that this is where Clem is from.
Okay.
I can speak on behalf of my character. No. No, but she is very
So-
clearly excited about leaving and isn't paying any attention to the Order of the Reborn Knight. But when she does hear you mention this group might be evil, that kind of like jolts her, and she kind of slows down her gait to rejoin the rest of the group. And I suppose that I would agree with, yeah, that sounds about right with what we remember from the Hive.
Although I
podcast.
suppose that she and Byron do know each other from pre the game starting, so he would know her last name and know that when they're talking about the Hawthorns, they're talking about her family. So
That's probably accurate.
okay. I just wanted to make sure.
So Byron knows, no one else knows? Is that the...
Assume
that
he's
the
smart
canon we're
enough to
going
come
with?
to his own conclusions based on the context. Justin.
What?
Nothing.
What?
We're doing an evil smile.
Oh no, I'm thinking 10 sessions away. That's all.
I don't like it.
All right, we head on to the mine. Or
Okay, you head on to the mines.
unless Clem's house is around, and then we'll swing by it first.
No, she
Dude,
did that
we already
already.
stopped there.
We should pay those knights a visit.
Well, they are at the
is
mines.
It night
So.
like KNIGHT? Or is
Nope.
it night like nighttime?
Night.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
night. You know, by me saying the word that's spelled both ways, that confirms.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
Well, you have me second guessing myself now, so I'm checking my notes.
I thought
While
it was
I'm
K
checking
and
my
I, but
notes. I don't believe it is.
So right now, we as a group know that some. I don't even know that all of us know this. Nix and Casper hadn't approached when we heard about the Order
It
of the
is
Reborn.
NIGHT, not.
The Nighty
Yep.
Knights.
Nighty nights.
Yeah. Gonna make it
All
easier to remember. We're not gonna second guess it.
There you go. All right, let me go to the map and let's see if I can bring you all here. Fetch all players. All right, you guys are all here, and we're gonna put all your characters on the map.
New map.
See.
New map.
Where on the map are they go? Like,
You're on at the very north near the mountainy parts. Let's see here, Clem.
Okay, so we're able to get there without too much difficulty. We have a
Yep.
map to get to.
It takes you a couple hours to
Do
get
we
there.
Okay. Do we have a
Oh, here
map
we
of the inside of the pushback mines?
Nope. It's just to the
Just to get
mines,
there.
not in the mines.
Cool. And I think as we're headed, we should probably keep an eye out for any signs of a giant scorpion that came through, or more undead, or just kind of keep an eye out for anything along the way.
Sure. Give me a nature check.
9.
9. You're pretty sure that there's no scorpions that have ever been in this area.
Well, that's not too helpful.
So you guys come up to an area. There is the Gray Mist Mountains start to curve back over towards where you guys are at. And let me get to my notes here. As you guys are getting closer, let me get history checks from everyone.
18.
18?
Yep.
5.
13.
9.
Oh.
Okay. With an 18 soar, you would know that what you're seeing before you is in the Gray Mist Mountains. This is where the god Varast was killed. So there are bones scattered all over the mountains. You see like a femur, and like you see some toe bones sticking out. This was a very giant creature that got killed on these mountains.
Just like exploded. And like bones went everywhere.
So
Yeah,
with
give us the lore of Varast.
I would if you guys rolled better. But you would know that this is where a god was killed.
Interesting.
How big are the bones? How big are we talking?
We're talking like a toe bone is 40, 50 feet long.
Shit. Okay.
Well, that toe
and
bone.
these are just like hanging out
is-
on the mountain.
It has become part of the landscape. Yes.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
And this idea of Varast blood, oh my god, is it being like mined? Is it like the blood soaked into the mountain and now it's being mined out of the under? Y'all.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Alrighty, cool. I mean, I don't think that we need to go to the bones. I'm guessing they're like way off in the distance, but we can see them poking out.
Yeah, I mean they're probably a couple miles off, but yeah, you can see them laying up and into the mountains. And then as you guys continue to walk, if you don't decide to go directly to them, you come up. You can hear people in the distance over to your left, which would be the east side of the map. And there appears to be a newly built structure, almost like a lookout to the left. Before you, if you were to go straight south, it appears to be some old mine cart tracks leading towards the direction of the mountains. What do you want to do?
Mine carts.
You want to get in the mine carts?
Push me around in
Yes.
a mine cart, please.
Yes.
We can go
Yes.
to the building first. Whatever. We should probably try
As
to find
long as
Clem's
we-
big dumb dad.
Go back for the mine carts. Screw my
Oh,
dad.
wait,
I want to ride in a
wait.
mine cart.
We're gonna go back for those mine carts.
Can Casper take a look around and see if he sees any signs of recent activity or life that is going either towards or from this area?
Sure. Give me a nature.
Could it be survival instead? For
All right,
We
I
got
could
it.
be persuaded that it's survival.
okay,
Roll
We have to roll a
persuasion.
it doesn't
persuasion.
matter. It's an 8.
I would like to help him.
No.
That since I used to live in woods, I feel very at home. And I would wish to give him advantage from my eagle-like powers.
It's too late. He's already rolled, but you can give it a roll too. We'll allow 2 rolls on that. So
I've survived in woods like this before. But I don't
get-
think I would survive very long in these woods as I roll a 6.
yeah, you're not really sure. You're like, these are very different woods than what I'm used to. Casper, you with your 8, you see that there is movement here. It's not like you wouldn't be able to see that there are boots that have been walking in this area, but you're not able to tell the difference between like, oh, that's a horse and that's a zombie. A zombie scorpion, and that's you can just see that this is a rather it's not super heavily trafficked, but it is trafficked more than other areas.
Okay. It seems like there's been people in this area recently, so keep that in mind.
Well,
I will
we do
keep
know
the
that
order.
the knights are in this area, so shall
As we approach the building, do we hear any voices?
You can hear actually, let's get you to get roll for that. Give me a perception. Anybody can roll perception.
Please and
Ooh.
thank you. I got a 5.
Anybody?
I got an 8.
I got a 2, Lisa.
I got a 20. Yay!
God.
yeah,
Hey!
and 24 for Byron.
Okay,
Yay.
so Soar, you're very, very scared of this forest. Nix,
If it
you're
catches on fire, I'm dead.
You're super concerned about the fact that you were just in the area that you killed most of the town. Clem,
He's still scared of getting recognized.
yeah, you're still kind of concerned. One, about the fact that you were just in your hometown, and 2, that you're secretly impressed by that young man back in Hopden Creek. And while that's while that's happening, Casper and Byron, you're hearing like people rush around a little bit, like quickly, get them in here. Oh God, oh look at his face. Oh my God. And with your perception, you would see that there are a few people at the base of the tower, and there are 2 people in the tower itself. But you also saw that if you hit tab on your thing, the guy who I named Kelvin, to Kelvin Montague, he was just dragging somebody into the building over here.
Over there. Look, do we want to get the upper hand? They don't look like they've seen us yet.
Probably a good idea. I'm not sure if these are the bad guys. These might actually, I mean, based on the fact they're human, they might be the knights. I don't know if the knights are good or bad. It's a bit hard to tell.
Well, we could always go and ask.
Yes, I just didn't know if we needed to ask with our swords out or not.
Are you in the habit of just approaching and asking if someone's good or evil, Solar?
He always.
I mean, it worked when I met you.
Did it though? The narrator says.
You asking me
That
about my
was Soar's
particular
first
alignment?
mistake.
Okay.
We
well,
could
let's
sneak
go.
up on them and eavesdrop.
Oh, I could do that. I'm sneaky.
You also look like just a regular old owl from high up enough. Maybe you could just
Yeah, the
get up
people
in
in
the skies.
Hopden Creek didn't know I was an owl and a person.
The fuck, a 4-foot owl! Oh my god!
Quick, bring the cannon.
Or hear me out. You could send Athena up there, an actual owl.
Okay.
That's
I
Athena to scoop on him.
sure.
Okay.
Byron will.
Can Athena give me a perception check?
Yeah, Byron will
Are
put
you
his.
looking through her eyes?
Yeah, but in order to do that, he's got to put his hand on someone's shoulder. It looks like, according to the map, it's back to Nyx again. So he'll put his hand on on her shoulder, and he will go deaf and blind. And
Okay.
Freezes up, but kind of getting used to that at this point. Okay.
I will send the owl up and over. Okay, let me give you a perception check with Athena.
Probably a little less suspicious to send an owl than a tiny dragon, to be honest.
Mhm.
in this
Or a
scenario.
giant owl, or a literal ghost. I feel like
Or
we've
you
got
could
some
send
better
Lilo.
options. Send
But
Lilo!
Lilo's not a familiar, like, Donut, I can actually communicate with, like, Byron's communicating with Athena, but I
That's
cannot
true.
with Lilo because she's just a dog.
Lilo would come back and we'd be like, what did you see? And she would just just stare at you and pant. Yeah.
Oh, it did take speak with small beasts, though, but she's not really a small beast per se.
big.
What-
She's
Byron, what'd you get?
23, I nat critted on her perception.
Oh, shit.
Yay!
So, you see that the creature who's closest to the front, the one that says Reltar, that looks like it is a half elf. The Kelvin character looks like a human. Susanna, the one that says Susanna, that looks like a regular old female. And Tallow, that creature that you see on the map, that is actually a gnome. But as you're flying over there, you hear up at the top the gnome say to the human, "I'm really hungry. I wish we had more dog."
What? Why?
It's
Uh,
part of the
Not
world
sending
building.
Lilo.
They're evil.
Chat,
That's the end
help
telling
me
us
out
they're
here.
evil.
No one in game likes Lilo except for me. I need some backup here. Ugh.
Okay, so
So,
now
yeah,
we know we're evil.
You
Very evil.
you Athena doesn't see anything out of order. The person in the cultist robes over here where my light's at, over by this corner.
Mhm.
As I said, they were dragging somebody into this building, which is right next to the lookout.
Okay. He would break the connection and take his hand off of Nyx's shoulder and say, "Okay." And then he'd explain to them what he heard. We might send the dog. It might distract him. They might try to get food from her. I don't know.
That's a good idea.
But if we don't want to risk the new pet, we can try to approach them casually. Maybe a couple, maybe Casper in front, and I would even be willing to go where the hardy stock, and see if they draw on us, and then the rest of you attack from the sides. If so.
Yeah, I could go perch in a tree.
What did that one lunatic say? From the
He
from
said
the
that
house, the drug house.
Oh,
that was a part of this.
just that he was. He turns into the guy and says, and I can't remember his name, blah, 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 order and rank number.
Yes. I don't remember his name either, because I forgot that you could do that and never thought that would come back to bite me in the ass. So
He looks at Casper and says, good idea. And as he is this, he just starts marching that direction.
I don't remember his name, so his name is Cheswick Barknuckle.
Should I
Chess.
Cheswick, or no?
Say that again.
Should I come with you, Cheswick? or no?
Yeah, but stay a little bit farther back so you aren't discovered, Mr. Clinky Pants.
Oh, okay.
Soar is going to fly between trees while being stealthy.
Maybe be within 40 feet of me type thing.
If you get in trouble, I'll be there fast.
I need some stealth from you there, Mr. Soar.
That's 17.
All right. So Soar is flitting from tree to tree. The newly faced Cheswick Barknuckle is walking up towards everyone, and Casper, as always, is on his rear.
As I approach, I will just say, hello, brother. Cheswick Barknuckle, or ID number, blah, 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 and just read it off.
And he goes, thank God they sent reinforcements. We never thought it was going to be like this here. We thought there was just going to be a couple of undead that we could push out. They've taken out most of us at the temple down there, and he points towards the south, in the direction of the mine tracks. If you can see my light right here going in this direction, he points in that direction. He says, how many are with you? Have they sent reinforcements? Dorna's going to be very happy.
I actually don't know. They just told me to report here. I actually don't know of anything that's happening.
They sent you by yourself?
I mean, they said that any help would be good help in this area. I don't know anything. I just came to show up.
Regardless, go see Dorna, and he points you in the direction of the building over here. She's the one who's in charge here. She'll be tending to the wounded.
Fair enough. And I will march that direction. I'll just, as I'm starting to walk by, I'll stop and just say, what are we doing here?
He looks at you and he says, apparently dying. But we were here to bring peace to the area. We never were told there was going to be this many undead.
Okay.
It was supposed to be just, we set up shop here and push them back and take this area back.
Understood. I heard word of of a group of our people in the High Bosk house in the farming district. They were found in a group with zombies there as well.
He looks at you and he says, I'm not sure of that. We're down here. We've been here for a couple of months. We're just trying to clear out this area for Master Kath. Give him room to rule down here.
Okay. Well, I know that I'm one. I think there were some others that were coming. I just got here as quick as I could. So if we see the rest of them, then hopefully they show up soon as well.
Oh God, we need all the help we can get.
Can we, speaking of which, can we hear this conversation happening?
Byron is
I
being
don't
very
know.
loud.
Give me, if you're trying to get close, give me. If not, if he's being real loud, give me a perception check. You got to beat a 10.
How about a 13? Boom.
Oh,
For perception.
yeah.
Not stealth.
Yep. What are you trying to figure out?
What the hell he's saying? So I can
You
be
heard-
there conveniently if need be.
You
listen.
heard that. It does not sound like he is in danger. It sounds like this character who's there. Oops, I'm hitting the wrong buttons everywhere. The character who he's talking to is very accepting of Cheswick Barnacle. It's almost like he's just wishing for someone to come and help him.
Speaking to everybody around him, should we go say hi or just wait?
Byron will walk off and say, "Okay, marching to the other building. I hope my reinforcements come."
I will stay in the trees.
Oh, hey, it's the reinforcements. We're here.
Oh, yay! We're supposed to come talk to this person. Reinforcements.
Oh, okay.
And we just
Wait,
walk out of the
wait.
bushes from where.
Wait. wait.
Yep.
The guy wearing the Eldath armor
Oh, hey.
has just introduced himself as someone from the Order of the Night.
We're contract workers. We were just
Yeah.
brought in.
Say you're a mercenary.
Clem has not joined this yet.
I'm not. I'm just going with Byron, being like, "Hey, the reinforcements are here," and I'm sticking to it.
Give me a. Well, if you're not trying to hide your Eldath symbol, he's gonna look at you, and hold on.
Question.
Going and I'm following him.
Just
Does
found.
the not a cop hat help him at all in this scenario?
I was told that there were undead around, and boy, do I hate those guys.
He
I'm here.
he's like, I'm confused. You're not a cop, but you're also Eldath. But you're not a cop, and you're Eldath. Can you just please go talk to Dorna?
Hey, listen, I'm a paladin. I can heal. I heard you needed that, so
You can heal.
let me help. Yes, I can.
Oh God, they're gonna need you in there.
Then I'm going right in. Goodbye.
So,
Let's go, buddy.
you were the only two that are gonna be in there.
No, I'm following. As
Oh,
soon as Casper storms in, I'm kind of trailing after him. When
the
he says we
guy
can
over
heal.
here, this guy, he's
Which
like,
guy?
alarm, alarm, undead, undead.
Hey. No, I'm
And he
a
starts-
moon elf. I'm a moon elf.
He starts
See my
ringing his
ears?
bell. And these people at the top of the steps start rushing down.
Hey,
She
she's
just
with
put her
us.
hands up.
Are
I'm
we
a moon
rolling
elf.
initiative?
I'm
She's-
so super moon elf. So
I mean,
I'm
that's up to
totally
you guys
moon
if you're
elfy.
rolling initiative.
I can also heal. That's what you need. You need a healer, correct?
So, the two of you, Casper and Byron, you looked into the building before this all happened.
Mhm.
You saw a. Let me get my description here.
A mirror.
You saw a. This room is much bigger than what you can see in Tailspire, but you see a woman. She is standing there. Oh man, sorry. And she is tending to about half a dozen people who are in beds, and they have bandages of all sorts. They look like they just got their ass handed to them. A couple of them have bandages over their eyes, and they're just wailing about the fact that they can't see. The person before you, you would guess, is the Dorna character that the other guy spoke about. Dorna is about a 5'11". She's got an oval face. You can see that she's got worry lines. She's wearing a black leather choker with draconic runes around it. And she's got like almost snow white hair. And as you come in, she looks back and she's like, who is there? Who's there? I'm trying to tend to the. Oh, thank you. They've sent reinforcements. We, Eldath. Why is someone from Eldath here?
I can heal and I hate undead.
She's like, just shut the fuck up and help me. And
Rude.
you,
Smite.
The
Reinforcements.
bees knees.
you can see as she says, "Shut the fuck up and help me." She almost just checks herself and tilts her head, and she shakes her head and goes back to work. You can almost see like a motherly concern in her face, like she's upset that she allowed it to get to that point. But yeah, there's a couple people who have been blinded. One guy has like, here's his arm. You can see my arm here, like where my hand's at. That has been chewed off. So he's got like 3 inches of his forearm that has been looks like gnawed off, and he is in pain. And she's just trying to help any way that she can.
Can Byron assist in any way? Like medicinally?
If you can try to heal, you can roll a medicine check. These guys, they're not going to be able to just give them like 1 hit point back to get them to quiet down. But you guys can do medicine checks.
I rolled an 11.
When does the alarm asshole come into play here?
Right now, the alarm just started going off, and the 2 who are on the tower are running down the stairs, respective weapons drawn, charging over. The character over here named Reltar has turned and is charging over towards you.
Are they doing it in a aggressive, menacing, I'm gonna kill them way?
I mean, they are here. You would have heard them say they are here to kill undead.
She's
Like,
got
that's-
palms up, non-defensive posture. She's just kind of announcing to them. It's like, I'm not undead. I'm different. I'm an elf. I'm here to help.
I'm gonna cast a message to Nyx and say if she feels like she's threatened, I can swoop in and save the day.
Okay.
You get an immediate message back of just like, yeah, I think I'm getting threatened.
So give me a persuasion on your non-threatening kind of thing going on there.
17.
17. So the gnome comes running down the stairs, and she's like, on the ground, get on the ground. Reltar, can we bind her?
If I get on the ground, is that enough to prove to you that we can have a conversation?
I wasn't talking to you, monster.
I'm not
Reltar,
a zombie.
Bond her.
Have there been any other zombies that have gotten down on the ground for you? She slowly is kind of lowering herself to her knees. If you've met another one, I'd love to speak with them. That's more than I've ever heard.
You are slowly starting to. Yes, you are slowly starting to persuade her. She isn't sure exactly what she should do. And at this point, Dorna has pushed past the 2 of you, Byron and Casper, if you'll allow her, to see what's going on.
Can we go with her at the sound of the bells?
Yeah, of course you can.
Good.
Casper is gonna move up towards Nyx and try and put himself kinda in between the people who want to kill Nyx. Hey, come on. He's obviously not the undead that you're trying to kill, at least.
Yeah, Byron would be walking forward and casting the illusion of the scorpion with, like inside the palm of his hand, with Gorbox writing on top of it, and say, "She is here to hunt this." And it just is spinning around in his hand.
She looks at you. Dorna looks at you, and she's like, stand down.
I'm already on my knees. Sorry.
Do Do you need me to teach you a little lesson?
Oh, there's
she
a
kind of lowers her
misunderstanding.
hand slowly.
There's a misunderstanding. If you try to lay hands on her, we will decimate and reduce this entire place to ash.
That's
Um,
funny. So you clearly aren't one of the order because you understand that that Mestrakath would hunt you down wherever you are and
Don't-
lay waste to you.
Don't care.
Okay.
What
I need an intimidation
production?
check.
so
Go ahead,
big ass,
Casper. Give
my
him
guy.
give him some help if you want.
Oh, yes. Ah.
I do paladin-y things.
Roll paladin.
18.
She takes a step back. I, what do you want from us?
Try
We're just trying to heal our own.
try listening to her speak until you attack instead of attack her.
Truth is, we don't want anything from you. It's exactly like he said, and she's slowly standing back up, making slowly. We're here to hunt down the kobold and his scorpion, and you're just a bit in the way. But if we can help while we're here, we have healing magic. I have healing magic.
She looks at you. You can see her having an inner debate. And then finally, she just kind of stands up tall, nods her head, and says, We'll take any help that we can.
Let's get to work. And she rolls up her sleeves, and I think Nyx would recognize Dorna as someone of a kind of familiar. Her demeanor was kind of being similar to like the nuns that she had to deal with at Church of Saranus.
Yeah, I mean, she's very like matriarchal. Like you could see that she has a power about her that you could easily see people falling in line behind her. She just emits a strength that that you could definitely see in a nun.
I love her. I want to follow her.
Question. Clem
Yes.
has been watching all of this from the woods, and knowing that her father may have joined this order, does she recognize any of these people as possibly other people from town who have joined the order, or are they all just unfamiliar to her?
Sure, give me a perception check.
13.
You do not see anybody there that you would remember.
Does anybody look to be around her dad's age?
Not that anybody that you see right now.
Okay.
Okay, she's gonna come out of the woods now that he was just staying back there in case something went terribly wrong. So we had a secret weapon is not the right term, but some sort of element of surprise. But now that things have calmed down, she'll come out.
So that's what Soar's doing. I'm still chilling in the tree in case things go a little south.
Okay.
So
But she'll come out with Lilo and Donut and stuff. And
Byron will walk back in to talk to Dorna, and he will drop his visage and say, sorry for the deception, but we did have to make sure that you weren't out for nefarious purposes. We have been fighting those that are alive that have been in league with the undead inside the city, and when we were sent out here to hunt that creature, when we approached, we heard your men talking about eating dog, and frankly, we don't know of civilized people who do that, so we were a bit worried that you guys might be in cahoots, yeah, with the undead.
She looks at you and says, I dropped something. She looks at you and says, I understand your confusion, dear. Uh, it was just the DM being a dick to Clem.
So
Understandable.
is this are we in a position that is protected enough that we are able to expend magic and then bed down and rest with protection before we venture into the mines?
It's hit or miss. There are a decent amount of zombies to the south here. They're being controlled by something. They're not like any I've ever encountered before. These ones almost seem intelligent.
Are you familiar with Varas blood?
And she cocks her head and she says, you mean the god from the mountains?
Yes, I mean, to put all cards on the table, we found one of your men, and Byron kind of turns back into the face of the individual and says, this individual, and then wipes it off of his face again, and says, he was in a house with zombies, with Varas blood, doing experiments of some sort that seemed fairly of a nefarious nature when I don't know if this individual is necessarily with the rest of the group, but we were attacked with full force of a crew that tried to end us. And, I assume that they're not part of your team because we dispatched of them quite easily, actually. I just, but he mentioned something about being of the Reborn Knight.
She looks at you a little confused, and she goes, I'm not aware of anything going on there. We have been assembled rather locally. We have," and she points over to the bed, and she's like, he is from about 3 miles in that direction, and he is from Hopden Creek, and she over there, she is from just on the inside of the mountains. Maybe there's another chapter farther north that we're not working directly with. We're just here to help clear the area.
Oh, well, maybe my group and I should talk, and we can see if that's something that we need to help clear out before we rest.
Byron, do you mind asking her? Can we get just a little more information on just like what this group is exactly? Is it literally just we're a zombie fighting brigade and that's all we do?
Yeah. I mean, I assume Nyx just walks in and starts talking with us.
No, Nyx is hard at work. She
okay.
promised that she'd get in there and start healing people, so she's going around.
She's in the room with the other two, because the people who are hurt are in this building.
Yeah.
So there are what I said. There's 3 of them.
I mean, yeah, I can. She kind of calls over her shoulder of. So, what exactly is your organization about?
And she cheers up a little bit at this, and she says, "We're here to carry on the teachings of Mestrakath. He is the savior of the world."
Right. Yes. No. I've heard.
No,
I haven't.
Mestrakath. You don't know Mestrakath?
I don't.
No, I'm afraid I don't. And so she's just like fighting with whoever. I assume that the people that are in there are not super thrilled to see that she's a ghost either. So she's just, oh, shush up.
3 of them can't. 3 of them can't see you.
Excellent.
And the other 3 are in extreme pain. So I need to know what you're doing to them.
I'm casting Cure Wounds, and
Casper's
What?
just doing a medicine check. What if-
I need
got a
you
prayer
to
of
use
healing, I
spell
could get that going.
slots to.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm burning them up. I'm assuming that we're gonna figure out some way to take a long rest after this because I'm just going through them.
Okay. So she looks at you and she says, "You don't know Master Kath? It's the black dragon who's here to save the world."
Her
Another
eyebrow perks up. Yeah, it's a dragon. What?
He's a black gold dragon. We call him Opal Gold.
She's
That's
looking between. Sorry.
Nope. That's what I meant to say. He's an opal gold dragon.
She's looking between Byron and Casper and looking through the window to see Clem hidden in the woods and making eyes with all of them, trying to figure out if they're
Casper is
picking up.
currently healing someone, maybe setting a limb, and she says a black dragon, and he kind of like flinches while he's setting it, and just kind of like,
Pain! Just kill me now.
Well, in all fairness, Casper did roll a natural 20 on his medicine for 22.
He even when he goes to do that, it actually sets the arm perfectly. And he's like, "Oh God, just kill!" Oh yes, you've cured my tennis elbow.
I have full function now.
Yeah.
just
and
while this
then he
Oh,
realizes
God.
he still is missing 3 inches of his wrist that's been eaten off.
It's not gonna regrow. It's fine. It's
While this
Casper,
conversation is happening, Clem would have also come in and she would have sent Lilo off to go and try and soothe everyone like a good therapy dog.
oh God.
But she, what do you expect me to do, Casey? Come on.
No,
But she would be-
you sent a
split the
dog
party.
off in a camp where people are eating dog.
These people are too injured and half of them are blind to eat her, and she can fend for herself. Thank you very much.
I'm starting to get the sense that nobody in this game wants Lilo around.
No.
Apparently, there's not even one.
But she would be sitting next to the man who lost his hand. And after Casper finishes, just like roll up her sleeves and just like grab his good hand and stuff.
Oh.
What was that?
Grab his stump.
No, it's a good hand.
So I need a perception check from you.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
As you grab your
Oh, no.
father's stump.
I know. There's like one of the men's from Hopden.
13.
So you're sitting there, caressing this man, trying to
Caressing
eat.
is a strong word, Justin.
You are okay. How about this?
Soothing this man.
You are gently patting his hand to make him feel better,
Well, she's missing an arm, so it's like a camaraderie thing.
and you're talking about how you can just make a new arm for him.
Yes.
And in mid sentence, you see a man who is blind sitting across from you, who looks like your dad. I don't know what that face means.
I don't know what this face means either.
Do I talk to him? What do I do?
Clem, what does that face mean? I need you to help me set this limb.
Should we cut back to in a moment? When we gather. Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna
You broke the player.
the opal, would you consider that more of like an earthed dragon or like an unearthed dragon?
This
I
is the second
don't-
dragon that we've heard about in 2 days.
But is this one like around?
Yes, he's been back for I guess just under 3 years.
Okay,
So
doing the
recent.
math in my head, so not in line with the prophecy, because that would be unearthed dragon is going to be the last step. Talent didn't show up until recently. Sor, how long have you been here?
Less than 3 years.
Oh,
Quick,
shit!
sword.
Okay, shit. So we already had stuff during the prophecy. Okay, yeah. Okay, no, we're cool. Okay, so she kind of like sighs and relaxes and it's kind of like, okay, well, it's probably not the dragon that we're looking for then. But I'm sure he's brilliant and super hates undead, which we do too, right, gang? Super
Correct.
undead hating.
Yeah.
We have killed enough of them to guarantee that.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I will join the group up on the tower to see if our position is being held well, so that way we know whether or not we can expend more of our healing into the group tonight.
You look over and you've seen Nyx cast like 6 spells at this point. Like her arms are a little wobbling. She's like, I think that would be a grand idea.
Fair enough.
Nobody's told them about me yet. I'm in a tree still.
Nope.
I cast a message that I could see one of y'all through a window that you need to introduce the final member of the reinforcements.
Byron will walk out into the area.
Don't
and
you
just...
do it. I know exactly what you're going to do. I know exactly what you're going to do.
No, let him do it.
And he'll put
I
his
knew
arm
it.
out for Athena.
I fly down onto his arm.
I need a strength check.
Oh, shit.
I knew exactly what he was going to do.
I was actually just calling my bird to me. 7.
Oh, you land on his arm, Soar, and he just drops the entire weight of you, and you fall to the ground. You take 1 damage.
All right. Worth it.
Worth it.
Yeah.
So, as Soar lands on Byron's arm, we cut back to Clem, who has just seen her father in the first time in 17 years, if I did the math correctly.
Okay, so here's my dilemma.
Okay.
She, like, since all of this happened, had a new father figure who was basically her active father since all of this. Who
Okay.
she just lost. Oh, wait, I know what I'm gonna do, because he's one of the
Okay.
blind ones, right?
Yes.
Did I decide his name was Boris?
Yes, you did.
Okay, I couldn't remember for a second there. So after chatting with this other guy and telling him to come see her at Get Blade when he's better for prosthetic hand and everything, she's going to just head over to her blind father. And she's not gonna like tell him who she is,
Okay.
but she'll just start just like a casual like conversation. I don't know if you want to reenact this whole thing, but just
Sure.
one of those, oh sure you do, sure.
No. You start talking to him.
Yeah, just like
and-
just because he can't tell who she is, he's obviously not gonna recognize her voice because it's been I forget how old she is, but over double digits
24.
years, we'll say.
You're
Thank you.
24. Yep.
And I haven't looked at her character sheet in a while, or at least that part. But she's just gonna start like one of those like just casual conversations, like you would to like distract someone from being ill or sick, and just like ask him about like his life and his family. And stuff that happened and
After he's calmed down a little bit, he looks at you and he says, "Oh, you're just too kind. You sound like you'd be about my daughter's age if she was still alive. She was the prettiest little thing, and she got taken by the zombies 17
You-
years ago."
She's dead now. I never
dead.
went looking for her because I figured she was dead. I never bothered to double check.
In fact, I got
I'm a
over her.
shitty dad.
Wow, it's like I don't even need to have the conversation with him.
I hope she's dead.
Excuse me.
It would be really awkward if she was still alive.
She's
It's easier for everyone if she's dead.
she wasn't even my favorite daughter.
Yes. I hope she doesn't meet. I
had
hope she
so
doesn't
many
meet my
kids.
other son.
So many kids after she left. I don't even think about her anymore, which is why she's the first thing I bring up with the stranger.
Sorry, Clem, go ahead.
I don't even remember what he said before all of this.
Do I hear a dog? I love dogs.
She'll call Lilo over. Can
They're the
Can someone
rarest
open
of
this door
meats.
for me, please? I
Put
can't
him
even
on-
bring Lilo into the house because the door is closed.
That was a door. There we
Put
go.
him on
Thank you.
top of the house. That was funny.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. It's like, Clem would like to open this door, and then it just kept loading and loading. Excuse you.
So what-
Excuse you. I would just like to distract for a moment and say that someone, Rob, just attacked
Wasn't me.
Lilo. Okay. Anyway,
He crawls onto your dad's lap, and he's just like, I love animals so much. If I could collect all of them, I would name them silly names like Parsnips or Rutabaga, possibly Kumquat.
great.
You guys have so
Great
many things in
name.
common. This is some good bonding time with your dad.
That's not what you named your kids, is it?
Oh, no, I named my daughter Clem.
No, I'm in real life.
Oh, that's a coincidence.
This is my son Parsnips.
You had me partially convinced you named your son Rock Lobster at one point.
No. All right. So you're just leaving your dad there, never to know that you were there.
No, I
Blind.
was gonna have a whole conversation with him, and we got a little distracted.
Blame
The
Rob.
dog was attacked. People were pretending to be him, which was very entertaining. So what have you been doing since you lost your daughter?
I went looking for a couple of years. Apparently, I was smoking weed. According to Byron's picture. No, I went looking for a couple of years, and I almost caught up to the blue-skinned female dog who killed my wife. She wasn't an actual female dog. I just don't know if I'm allowed to say that on Twitch anymore.
This
Is
next
this
over here.
conversation canon that's happening right in front of us? So
yeah,
we now
dude.
know that
What?
Clem is his daughter. We know that. And we also know that
You said this-
blue-skinned woman.
You did say this room is bigger than it looks in Tailspire, so like how spread out are we really is the real question.
Well, they're all over in one corner, so you're within 5 or 10 feet of each other. And yes, he said it out loud.
As
So
he
you guys
says that,
could've-
her head is gonna like snap over to look at Nyx, like not like accusatorily, just like wide-eyed, like what?
Nyx would
Nyx has a pillow in her hand. She's walking over.
just walking closer to him. I'll finish what I started, old man. Jeez. Yeah, she would kind of meet eyes with Clem. Okay, would I have ever heard the term death's courtesan? Like people saying like, oh, it's
Give me a history check.
okay.
You can even have advantage because I would imagine.
Joke's
I
on
just
you,
don't-
Lisa, because you were talking about how great that nickname is. Turns out it's their nickname for Nyx.
It's so cool though. It's such a good nickname. No, I rolled a 7 was my highest, even with advantage. So
You would
okay.
not know.
Okay, but just hearing him talk about I'm not gonna. She's not going to immediately assume that that's her, but I think she knows in her heart of hearts that's her, and she would just kind of very quickly finish up whoever she's healing and try to avoid Clem's eyes. And if there was nobody else that needed immediately healing, she would just kind of try to escape the situation.
Okay.
Clem is just gonna she's gonna turn back and just keep listening to the rest of him talking about what he did after.
He talks about the fact that he spent a couple years looking for you, and then he came back He was very lost until he found the Order of the Reborn Knight. He's been with them since they came into town, and he was brought down here to try to get rid of the zombies. He took it as a way to help his town when he wasn't able to in the past. He's like, I wish I could have helped the way that those adventurers who were here did. They were thoughtless. They sprung into action, and they weren't able to save my wife, but they did help push the zombies back.
What adventurers?
There was a group of adventurers. I don't remember all of them. There was this she's the biggest woman I ever saw. She had this red hair and she's tribal tattoos. I'll never forget it. She was fire, water, fire. I can't. Yeah, that's it. How do you know her?
I've heard the name around.
Nyx is on the other side of the door, still eavesdropping on this conversation, getting more and more and more nervous. She's like that. She's like that gif of the guy who's sitting at the table, just sweat, just like dripping down his face.
Can I make an insight check on
You certainly may.
his reaction to
No,
Yeah.
no.
blue-skinned woman?
Yep.
No,
Wait, who are you insight checking, Nyx or my dad?
Next.
Smiting your
Everything
dad.
your dad
I-
says of
I-
face value.
I preemptively rolled a deception and I rolled a 2.
I got a 19.
Well, you were able to see through her ruse.
Yeah, my ruse of me being nervous about Firewalker.
And then-
So specifically, what does Casper get from?
You get that she's being all kinds of shady. You're starting to put things together, but I don't know that you 100% know that she is Death's courtesan. But you would kind of be it'd be on your radar.
Okay.
No, absolutely knows.
Casper knows, Nyx.
No, he doesn't. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. I'll take the secret with me to my 3rd grave.
And then Clem is going to, well, still talking about that, she's going to say, and are you happy now?
He you can see him honestly thinking about it. He says, I don't know that happy is the word, but I'd say that I'm content. Yes, I'm trying to help again after all these years.
Have you always been blind?
No, he
Why
looks.
are you jumping into my emotional conversation with my father?
He looks over and he's like,
Jesus.
he's like, oh no, it's the monsters that they totally did that to me.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I can't help you in any way, but that sucks.
Walks out the door.
You know how a paladin shows up and is like, I can't help you in any way. Bye.
Will you be retiring once you get your vision back?
I hope I can get my vision back. I'd like to see my pets just one more time.
How
How
about your daughter?
pets do you have? Please say not a lot. Justin, I need you to say not a lot, please.
A lot. There, I have
I have a long-term plan here.
I have 12 cats,
No!
3 ducks. I have a alpaca named Guacamole, and he is amazing. Just the most wonderful sweaters every year I get off of him.
And they've been scattered all around Prinult.
I have 3 turtles, a blue jay, and
I
a
hope someone's
gopher
taking notes on this.
named Dr. Chips.
I've got a crested gecko with the tail, and I've got a crested gecko who's already thrown his tail.
I was just
And
waiting
that
for
was my favorite.
Justin at the end of that. It's just gonna be like, I really hope the gate doesn't open up and they get loose, otherwise someone will have to hunt them down.
I'm sure. I think I can't remember if I left the oven on before I left to go adventuring today. I'm so
The
worried.
pilot light's
April.
awfully finicky. I
Presuming
wouldn't want them to die.
that Clem remembers her dad's love of pets also, which she apparently inherited. Does she remember, like, does he particularly love dogs, like, more than other animals?
I had one dog that I loved the most, and that dog's name now is Clem 2.
You're not working with me here, Justin.
I'm sorry. What was I supposed to say?
Dog. He doesn't have a dog.
Oh, but Clem 2
I'm
died.
trying to give him Lilo as like a
Well, I
nice
have-
parting gesture.
Did
Clem-
they eat Clip
Agreed.
too?
Clem 2 died. She was taken by Wolfenson's disease.
Apparently, I need to explain all of my grand gestures before I do them. My plan was for since he was so happy about Lilo, and clearly Lilo is not safe traveling with them. She was
I
gonna
mean,
be
maybe
like,
she'll be-
here.
Listen, Clem,
be
I don't
fine.
know if you're on the back end of getting on this, but Lilo's gonna die
No.
in
Yeah,
combat.
let me finish.
That's
So
what's
she
gonna
was going.
happen.
So
Valiantly.
like, he was so happy about the dog that if he was planning on just like retiring after all of this and all that jazz, she was going to leave Lilo with him as he lives out the rest of his days. Is the plan.
They eat dogs here.
He clearly does not eat dogs. Thank you very much.
You didn't
What do you
say
think
that.
happened to
We
Clem
don't know.
too?
Yeah, we don't know what happened.
Wolfington's disease.
Wolfington's disease, yeah.
Makes
It's
me
like
really
Parkinson's, but for dogs. He was real shaky. It was real sad.
Oh, Lilo will be fine. Nothing's
Um,
gonna happen to Lilo.
And
But yeah, so-
as you say that, you hear Tallow the gnome going, getting kind of hungry. Oh no, we broke Clem.
So maybe we don't leave Lilo here where she almost certainly will be eaten.
She's
and
not gonna
Lilo-
get eaten here.
So then she
Justin
should
is
come
just
with us.
messing around. I'm not gonna word it like properly stuff, but she basically is. She's not gonna at any point like be like, "Oh, I'm your daughter" and everything, since he said he's content. Blah blah blah.
Oh.
But she is just gonna like, if you're planning on like heading home and like living a quiet life after this, like once he's healed up and everything, here's this dog for companionship.
He says, I couldn't take this from you. I fancy a little lady. She lives 2 doors down from me. She's got a really great son, but he's allergic to dogs.
Is it Patrick?
Yeah.
Yeah. Patrick's his name.
I've been teaching him how
he's a
to
whiz
how
with
to
the
swoon the
ladies.
ladies.
He's a whiz with the ladies. He taught me this one, and he goes to lick his fingers and rub down his eyebrows, but he's blind, so he hits himself on the top of the head.
Does he not know where his own eyebrows are?
Yeah.
He's still acclimating.
Thank you to Emily's dad for listening in. I hope you're having a great birthday. Very sorry that we are destroying your daughter this episode.
I would, if it wouldn't screw up our setup, I would turn off my camera in rage right now.
No, he accepts Lilo.
Thank you.
Yep.
Oh.
I want to collect more pets, but anything over 2 is going to be hard to do. So
Just
And he
get a Pokeball.
he looks directly into Lilo's face and sings "Happy Birthday" to it.
even though he can't see her at all.
Why? Also, what a weird fucking thing to do to
For some- yeah.
immediately adopt a dog and then sing
Clem
happy
is
birthday.
gonna pat him on the hand and say, "I promise you, she is incredibly cute."
He says, "Gotcha." It's her gotcha day.
All right, what do you want to do?
So Byron
Wait,
is
really?
up.
Are you really?
What?
Sorry, I was.
So
so
Lisa's gonna ask if she's really giving away Lilo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'd much rather have a pet traveling with me that I'm not as invested in if Justin kills it off.
Is that
And
Is that what
so
you're worried about?
valid.
that is so
And
valid?
think of all the like here's the thing, like I want to get as many pets as possible in this campaign, but there is no way that I want them all at once because think of what a hellish situation that would be.
So we just need to keep running into your estranged family members.
I really want one of
Rid
those little
them.
bunny unicorns. Justin, hint, hint. I forget what they're
Justin?
called.
Bunny unicorn?
What are they called? Something
Think of
cool. Starts with
I
an
don't-
A.
I'm not gonna type in
Bunny-
bunny unicorn on Google on my computer.
I am.
It's like a thing. I don't remember what it's called either.
It's a Almirage.
So
not gonna remember that.
Byron walks up the stairs to talk to Susanna and says, "Hey, how's the fortification of this place?"
It's not great. Not gonna lie. It's still kind of new. And she points to the south and says that the zombies are coming from that way. There's zombies coming from that way. And she points over towards the mines. She says, "Not gonna. It's a real fucking shit show."
Do you guys have enough protection for the next 8 hours? We've been traveling and we were attacked on the way down. We'd like to rest and get strong, and then we'll actually help clear out some of the undead.
We definitely would like your help. We should probably set watches and make sure we're not randomly encountering monsters in the night.
Oh no, we would definitely be doing that. I just was curious if we could kind of scope out the fortifications and try and make a plan for a proper watch and assist in where you guys need help, especially with so many men down.
I appreciate it. I have to ask you, what's the deal with your big burly orc friend over there? Is he taken?
I've been barking up that tree a long time. I'm not even sure, honestly. Can't get a read on him.
Good to know. And she just turns around and starts being watchful of zombies.
All right, so
I thought you were gonna say watchful of Casper.
You see her, she got her spyglass out and she's just looking right at his butt.
So Byron will offer to take first watch. He'll kind of go over the plan with you guys to set up fortification. While Byron is doing that, I think I'm going to burn another 40 gold and make another thing of poison.
Boo! I instantly regret giving you that feat.
So I did read on it. I apparently don't have to roll if I take my time making it, which would require a full 2 hours during my long rest.
Okay.
So I will just do that while I'm on watch. Just make the poison, and so I'll subtract 40 gold for that, and I will take first watch.
Okay. So you take first watch.
Do I need to roll
and
anything?
It goes by.
Okay.
Huh?
Do I need to roll?
I guess you can give me a perception check.
25.
Okay. You can see that in the distance there are some zombies that are moving, but they're kind of staying away.
Okay.
You pass off the watch to who?
I'll take second watch. I do want to have a moment, if I can have a moment,
Nope.
as we're
Nope.
Okay.
okay. So you want me to roll perception?
No. What would your moment like?
As we're trading off between shifts, Nyx would kind of like wake up and try to take over Byron's spot, and just thank you for stepping in earlier. And I am sorry that traveling with me has been difficult.
It really hasn't been any more difficult than the groups I normally travel with. I know this is going to take you by surprise, but I don't always do things above board and out in front and honest. Some of the people I travel with are actually pretty rowdy when it comes to particular tasks. So Being around you isn't the first time that I've just been randomly, thrust upon with swords saying, hey, we need to kill these guys. That's kind of where I get my quick tongue from.
Well, I'm glad to hear that I'm no more of a burden than your usual compatriots, I suppose. She kind of she quirks up an eyebrow at you, and truthfully, I'm not terribly surprised by that. I feel like the most I know about you currently is that you've gotten a bit over your head with Prowler through some sticky fingers.
So I was hired. I don't talk about this often. I kind of run a shipping company through another, we'll say, persona. You might get to meet him at some point. I started this shipping company, and I was in massive debt, and so I started doing jobs to try to get out of that debt. One of the jobs, or one of the things that I turned to be really good at, was walking into places looking like someone else, taking something off the shelf for someone else that paid me to do it, and giving them their item back, or an item that would help move their business along in competition. So I've probably taken things for Prowler and from Prowler more than once, would be my assumption. The last time I did it was the first time that I've come face to face with an individual and be seen, and it's kind of one of those things. It's people point weapons at each other's in Donover's Hold. It's basically a handshake. But I got myself what's up?
I'm starting to learn that the more I've been in the city.
Yeah. We probably should. I've got a disguise kit. I should probably, if we're gonna introduce you to new people, we should probably tamper down some of the blue and
liven me up a bit.
Maybe. I mean, you were laying down just staring at the stars because, as far as I can tell, you never sleep. And so, the whole not sleeping, not eating, cold to the touch thing, it kind of throws people the wrong message. How everyone is able to spot you as undead from even across the map and not confuse you with an actual moon elf, I have no idea.
Maybe some blush?
I happen to wear some, so and he
and then Byron does not get a long night's rest because he and Nick stay awake trying to do a mortician's makeup on her. All right, I'll take the next wash. What do you want me to roll?
We're going to roll next week. And in the meantime, we need to get some inspiration from Mr. Casey.
Oh, you know what? Let's we'll make Misprint another dual receiver of the inspiration with all of the gift giving of subs. Individual needs it, so we'll award that to Misprint.
Misprint
Nice.
also knew that it was Order of the Reborn Nighty Nights and at the Reborn Ka-chow Nights when none of us fucking did, including the DM. So well done, Misprint. Well earned inspiration.
As you could say, LMAOOO, you're a better player than the rest of us. Ha,
Am I
ha,
wrong?
ha. I wonder
Am I
who said
wrong?
that.
I said what I said. I said what.
So we're gonna finish up for the night. So we appreciate everyone who sat with us this entire time. We really appreciate you. As I said, we have a YouTube that's going to go up later in the week, and then every Monday we have a podcast that goes live at 12:01 a.m. Eastern time. So please tell your friend, tell your neighbor, tell your mom to come and listen.
Not
Your
tell your
dog.
enemy this time. Tell your enemies too.
I like Tell Your Enemy. That's a good one.
Tell your enemy.
Tell your
Bye,
enemy.
guys. We love you.
All right.
Bye.
Rob wants us to go. Bye, everybody.
Well, we're gonna raid someone on our way out. So
Oh wait, don't leave yet. We
Oh,
want to
don't
raid
leave.
somebody.
No, we're raiding, so stay here. But I'll-
Thanks for hanging out, guys.
thank you. Appreciate it.
Toodles.
Yeah, who are we raiding? Gonna raid this time. Ooh.